Sit down. I need to ask you a question that might make you uncomfortable. Why are you so obsessed with being happy? You've been told since you were a child that happiness is the goal, the destination. But look at you. You're chasing a feeling that is as fleeting as the wind. You're addicted to the high of the weekend, the hit of a new purchase, or the temporary relief of a vacation. And yet, you feel more empty than ever. I'm going to tell you something your culture won't. Happiness is a terrible goal. It's fragile, it's selfish, and it's making you weak. If you want to find actual peace, the kind that doesn't break when the world gets hard, you need to stop searching for happiness and start seeking responsibility. Today, we're trading the sugar of pleasure for the iron of purpose. Think about the man who works a job he hates just to buy a car. He doesn't need to impress people he doesn't like. He spends his life chasing the next thing that will finally make him happy. But the moment he gets it, the feeling vanishes, and he's back on the treadmill. This is the hedonic paradox. When you make happiness the goal, it recedes. You're living like a leaf in the wind, dependent on external circumstances to feel okay. If the weather is good, you're up. If the boss is mean, you're down. You have no center. You've become a slave to your moods. By seeking happiness, you've actually ensured your own misery, because you've made yourself too fragile to handle the inherent suffering of life. You aren't looking for a meaning, you're looking for an escape. What happens if you stay on this path? You end up as a shallow person in a deep world. You'll have a life full of fun, but void of meaning. When real tragedy strikes and it will crumble, because you never build the muscle of endurance. A life lived only for happiness is a life that leaves no legacy. No one remembers the person who had the most fun. We remember the people who stood for something, who carried a burden, who were useful. If you don't shift your focus, you will wake up at 60 and realize you've spent your entire existence chasing a ghost, leaving nothing behind but a pile of receipts. Are you okay with being a person who was merely entertained while the world needed you to be engaged? The Stoic cure is simple but heavy. Find the biggest burden you can bear and carry it. We are going to use the burden test. Look at your life and ask, who relies on me? If the answer is nobody, that is why you are miserable. Happiness isn't found by looking inward. It's found by looking outward. Responsibility is the gravity that keeps your soul from floating away. When you take responsibility for your health, your family, your craft, and your community, you gain a weight that makes you unshakable. Seneca said, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." You don't need a spa day. You need a mission. You need to be the person that people can turn to when the lights go out. That is where true self-respect is born. Carrying a burden is not fun. It's heavy. It's tiring. It involves doing things you don't want to do for people who might not even thank you. This is the friction. Your old happiness-seeking self will scream that this is unfair or too much work. It will try to convince you to go back to the comfort of your own distractions. But this weight is what grounds you. The friction of responsibility is what creates heat, and that heat is your purpose. Every time you choose your duty over your desire, you are killing the child within you to let the leader emerge. It's not supposed to feel like a party. It's supposed to feel like a pilgrimage. Lean into the weight. It is the only thing that will keep you upright when the storms of life arrive. Now, look at the result. You aren't smiling like a fool in a commercial. You have something much deeper. Contentment. You have the quiet, ironclad confidence of a person who is necessary. You won't care about the mood of the day because your mission is larger than your feelings. You have found the secret that the hedonists never will. That the greatest joy in life comes from being exhausted by a meaningful task. You are a pillar for your family, a titan in your work, and a master of yourself. You didn't find happiness, you outgrew the need for it. And ironically, in the middle of your labor, in the heat of your responsibility, you will look up and realize you are more satisfied than you ever were while you were searching. You are no longer chasing the balloon. You have become the mountain. I know the world tells you to just be happy. I'm telling you to be useful. I'm telling you to be the person who can be counted on. I want you to make a choice today. Stop asking what can the world give me, and start asking what can I carry. I want you to go to the comments right now and type the word responsibility. By typing it, you are signing a contract with your future self. You are stepping off the treadmill of pleasure and onto the path of purpose. Go find your burden. Pick it up. Carry it with honor. I'll be here to watch you grow. This is your mindset reboot. Go.